So Luigi or Toto gets that moved back off Toto. Luigi obviously must have given it back when I alt and tabbed out there. So nice work by Luigi, being a fair sportsmanship there. Of course, Luigi or Toto will probably expect to get. Oh, we got an incident at the back. What's going on at the back? It is Van Beets. There was an incident. He was way off track. Just raw pace in him. Oh, what's happened to Toto? Toto just went completely sideways. Yes, he most certainly wasn't. Icewind has gotten moved on Wimpy. Wimpy did. Oh, but Icewind. Yeah. He overcooked it, and Wimpy says, "Thank you very much." Oh, and Icewind's lost it!
Fun. Aye.
We have got some exciting racing. So who gets the DRS here? Neither have got the DRS. I don't see Ocean's. Oh, it is open, you're right. Ocean's got the DRS, and he's just about to get moved on.
No?
I'm on it.
Running nice and close. Until it's passed for now. And he might stay ahead. Well, Wimp's gonna have DRS now, so he might get close again.
Wimpy's going for it.
And...
Oh, Wimpy!
And he's in the wall!
Oh, Wimpy's in the wall!
Right.
Yeah, nice.
Pass now. Yeah, it looks clear of push.
Job done. Parabolica. Oh, this should be pretty straightforward. He's got so much overspeed. He's almost passed him before the DRS. His Icewind puts in the fastest lap as well. So we've got soft on soft. On Icewind.
Icewind might be going on Mr. OceanChief.
A little bit of wee swerving there. So Icewind, of course, and Chief are good friends on the racing community here. They are each other's racing engineers. So a little bit of argy-bargy between the two of them. Luigi does indeed get the P1.
And off we go.
Yeah, lights out the way we go, and Toto leads the field away. This is a possibly redemption for him, as we can see people in the background swimming about. The virtuoso cars of Wimpy and Chief are trying to get places, so Toto does manage. Oh, we got front wing damage further at the back. I seen that, a bit of a front wing fan, a bit of an end plate. I wasn't actually sure who that was. As we're going to have 4 wide, potentially 4 wide. We have the Ford, the Bascantino's lost it, and he's collecting cars left, right, and centre. Oh, and
big carnage.
Yeah, massive. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Russia for Formula 2. Forgive me for pulling away from the highlights reel a bit. It's a bit difficult trying to time it right with these Formula 2 races. It's a one-shot qualifying, but I'm sure they'll forgive me for cutting away from that. We have once again Mr. Milos is joining me, cursed.
Hello there.
There he is, the man with the knowledge, and he'll be keeping an eye on all the chat.
Indeed.
We're getting lots of ahies in the commentator and the live chat.
I just realized that the nice super soft tires have a pinky kind of purpley color to them.
Pinky color, a purpley color? Let me just check that
Pink,
out.
purple.
Oh, so they do. Is that a new thing?
I do believe it's you. I think it's 2019 regs. Because well, I'm reasonably sure they were red 2018, and now they are purple, pink looking color-ish, I suppose. Oh, never mind. Well, I thought it was Logan Costa the exact same time for pole, but I was mistaken. But Costa is exactly 2/10 of Mr. Luigi.
Well, this is a real mix-up for the books, as they say, or kick-up for the books, or whatever that saying is. Minos, Luigi and Costa faster than Light Cruiser. Light Cruiser, of course, if I can just get it on the screen really quickly. Light Cruiser is, of course, has pretty much, ran away with this Formula 2 with what, 300 odd points. That's on the screen at the moment. Take it down. It's pretty much game, set, and match for Light Cruiser, but Costa and Luigi have already shown yesterday in the Tier 2 race in Russia that these guys have pace. They know their way around Russia. And reading some of the things Luigi was saying, that he's really satisfied with the setup for this race. I think he said practically no understeer or no oversteer at all. So He's going to be well fixed for this race.
Yep.
We
It
have
was very close within the top 3 in qualifying, but then from 4th down, it was a pretty big gap. Icewind was a second off, and then it just got bigger as it went down.
we have George in the live chat. Hello, George. George is, of course, a recent addition to my friends list, so welcome, George. And a little bit disappointed with the turnout for this race because there was 15 people had registered for the race, including 2 reserves. That means that meant we should really have had about 17 drivers. But for whatever reason, they haven't turned out. There's no formation lap, so this is going to get straight bang into the action whenever everyone loads up. Here we are, game on! And Luigi leads the pack away. And everyone seems to be away nice and tidily from the first jump off the line. Luigi's getting quite a run already. Costa under pressure from Night Cruiser and Icewind. They want to get purple here. We've got some guy called Joe Fragner now. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, is indeed. Who's that? That's the...
Yeah, Toto is sideways. He's spinning. As Maltino is one. Oh, and there's more carnage. It's Piet and Toto, I think, both collided as well just there.
Yes,
and
you're right.
Yeah, a lot of carnage on the start, but off the start turn 2.
And Elementrix has got away very well, and Wimpy as well in 7th and 8th.
Yep.
So Luigi was able to hold off that first little battle. Oh, who's that running railway? That's Icewind. I think Icewind running really, really deep, and Bascandino follows him as well. Yeah, Icewind really seems to be struggling here for front end grip, but Light Cruiser is starting as he means to continue and mounting this assault on the rear end of that. Well, I don't know the name of these cars, but Costa's car. He's wanting to recover from that P3 in qualifying, and it looks like he's going to get the move done, although Costa's got the inside line to defend it, and he does defend it well. Oh, but he does a little bit deep. Might give our Light Cruiser a chance to cut back on the cutback. Light Cruiser's got a good position here for the... Yeah, and position is gone. Costa has lost it, although Light Cruiser ran a little bit deep. Good for a good camera. Yeah, so Costa's still fighting for this. He's going to get it back off Light Cruiser. And then Light Cruiser gets a better run on Costa. Oh, a little bit tight. This is more like it now. This is a bit of action we like to see in Formula 2.
Do.
It's not often we get this type of racing.
Not awfully often, unfortunately, but we do get some good moments.
But Costa's going for it again. He's going on Light Cruiser. Down the inside, he's showing Thimo how to do it. Anyone has watched the race yesterday, Thimo, he seems to struggle to overtaking people on that corner. In fact,
traditionally giving 4 car widths of space.
Yeah, he seems to just generally struggle in general overtaking people, but oh well. Oh, who was that? That was Light Cruiser.
Light Cruiser.
Yeah, nearly lost it.
Yeah, I was on board him, and it did look fairly scary as the car went completely to the right. I was sure that he was going to hit the wall, but
I thought that
was
was
a good job to keep it out.
Yeah, I thought that was game over for Light Cruiser. Icewind is still running really deep. I don't know whether Icewind's got damage. It doesn't look like it from his car, or whether he's maybe didn't work out on his setup properly. But he's definitely struggling.
Yeah.
Light Cruiser here. This looks like we're going to get a real good battle here for quite a few laps here between Costa and Light Cruiser. Light Cruiser's going for it. Look, yeah. Reverse positions this time. Oh, Costa runs far too deep. Trying to defend against that Light Cruiser, and loses the position. Icewind somehow is able to keep up with these guys, even though he's running so deep into these corners. So further back, just quickly, as we can see, Joel in that lovely orange car, looks like a McLaren, is hunting down the back of Elementrix. DRS is enabled this lap. Maybe you can get it. Oh, up ahead though, Costa, and yeah, these guys are still at it. Icewind's able to keep up with these two. Luigi's just loving this. This is just playing into Luigi's hands.
It is, yeah.
I do believe Luigi has had his gamer juice.
He has. Yeah, I think Icewind could keep up with Costa and Nyquist, especially if they keep fighting and with DRS. And looks like Luigi will most likely pull away as long as he keeps it clean and consistent.
Yeah, he is pulling away consistently, but not like by huge margins. It's like increments and increments. He's slowly getting away. But Chief ran a little bit deep there, and now Smaltino's closed up on the back of him. We're coming around to the second major DRS zone. Let's see if Smaltino can get the move done on Chief. Go comes round the long right-hander, flicks open the DRS. Chief's not defending it too too tightly. Straightforward move for Smaltino. Chief slots in behind him, so a nice clean move. And Joel, did we lose Joel? I think something happened to Joel there, because he was on the back of Elementrix, and now he's dropped away back to P12, so he must have had an incident.
I think he has damage. I think he's missing his right end plate. He is, yeah. Joel probably going to pits.
Yeah, Kitsune's saying in the chat that Toto's P10. It looks like he's dropped the line. I'm not sure, because I think you've seen there was an incident between those. I cannot. Why do people give me difficult names? Pet Pirachula. Tarantula, we call him. Tarantula had an incident with Toto, I believe. So that may be why he is down in P9. But meanwhile, back up at the top. Oh, Light Cruiser runs really deep, and Costa is going to capitalize on that as he runs up the inside of Light Cruiser. Light Cruiser doesn't fight it too hard and gets the move done now. Of course, Light Cruiser is going to have another chance here coming up into this long DRS zone. Again, it is indeed playing into the hands of Luigi, because he's extended that 2.5 second gap to 3 seconds. So, if anyone listens to the post-race interviews, I know a lot of people kind of sign off after the race, which is a shame, because they really should hang around and listen to the good crack and the good banter we have on the interviews. But if you ever listen to Luigi, he's so passionate about his performances, and he's always worth listening to in his interviews. Icewind gets himself a 3-second time penalty, as does Joel. But the guys are pushing it. Light Cruiser, I'm not surprised with that, how deep he's running and maybe how twitchy his car is. Picking himself up a time penalty, which is going to play a factor as we get later into this race. But the battle so far, as we've seen from the beginning, is this for P2 between Costa and Light Cruiser. Although in saying that, we've got OceanChief right up the chuff of Bascandino, and he's going to get the DRS. Quickly just head up ahead here for Costa, who's going to get the DRS on Light Cruiser. It's going to be a yo-yoing between these two all the way to the very end, I think. Well, Costa did not get a good run out of that first chicane, and Light Cruiser sweeps it round the outside. Back with Chief, though. Chief was not able to capitalise on that DRS zone. As a slap in behind Bascandino for another lap. Well, maybe half a lap. Lassie saying, "Hi commentators, can I get a shout out for what?"
Ines Santa Ana, Prehans Emogi.
Santana, that's the fantastic guitarist.
Yes. Ines Santana is actually my driver and motorsport manager.
Oh.
And she is Argentinian, so I believe that Sloshy does worship Ines Santana.
Well, I don't know if you know Santana, the guitarist. Back in the day, he sings "Black Magic Woman."
I do. I recognize his name, but I couldn't tell you what band he plays with. I'm being honest.
I think it's Carlos Santana. I think I could be wrong, but it's definitely Santana. Anywho. Costa and Light Cruiser both bombing into the pits. Surprised Costa didn't do the opposite, try and get the overcut. In fact, they actually might. Well, no, they're not close enough to like Cruiser. I don't think they get it done. 6 seconds is what is the average time for a pit stop as Toto gets the move done on Elementrix as Elementrix crawls into the pits. I don't know what happened there. She's like almost like she was out of fuel or something there.
Yeah, I looked on the onboard and I think she let Toto to while she was going to the pits to not cause an incident, and then just kind of crawled into the pits, I suppose. I don't know what's going. I mean, it's safe, I suppose, but not the most effective usually.
So this is the point of the race where it all gets a little bit quiet.
It does seem like that, with the nearest gap being really fast at the light cruiser and still almost a second away from each other. So not a lot of action on track.
Well, while we are waiting for a little bit of argy bargy, Mr. Milosh, how was your day?
Not too bad, I suppose. I did have a casual conversation with some drunk fellas at the local chipper about Brexit.
Oh,
So that was pretty cool.
was it insightful?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about how Brexit is a load of fuck. Yeah, so it was very interesting. And one of them was missing about half of his teeth, which is also very cool.
I know a guy like that does a bit of work for us, and he's got teeth all over the place. And there was a guy from Kerry, County Kerry, came up and he says, he goes, that boy Adrian, he's got teeth like chisels. Which I nearly died.
County Kerry is a very good way from Belfast, if I say so myself.
Well, I wasn't in Belfast, but
at the
this guy, he moved up from County Kerry and he's got a job working for a haulage company I make use of, you know. He says, "Hi, that fella, he's got teeth like chisels." Me and Kitty are, of course, considering Mr. Milos moving to the County Kerry.
Oh, epic!
We'll be a little bit closer to you.
Well, remotely closer, but yeah, I suppose.
A little bit of a mistake there from Luigi. So, oh no, sorry, that wasn't Luigi. Who was that I was on board with? Who was I on board with there? That was an orange car. Yeah, it was
Costa?
Luigi. No, it was Luigi. All right, yeah. It was Luigi because that's yeah. Luigi ran really, really deep there, so he must be struggling on these cold mediums. The undercut did not work for the Costa and the Mr. Light Cruiser, so all things considered, with everything going according to plan, Luigi is going to get this in the bag. He's asking, when are we moving, Tipsy? I don't know. Oh, we've got Gary saying come to Kerry. Gary, are you a Kerry man, Mr. Gary? If you are a Kerry man, I'm going to give you 10% extra more love. Come to Brazil.
Ahi! Ahi!
Epic. Gary's in Kerry. Mr. Gary, we are considering actually going down for about a week around Kenmare region, roughly around there. Having a little bit of a look around the place. As Milos was saying, not to get political, but Brexit has kind of destroyed the north. One side of my family is mostly from the south, so I'm not a fake Irish, as Mr. Milos says. Anyway.
If you come down south, then you can consider yourself a real Irishman then.
Well, I have an Irish passport, and only an Irish passport. That makes me an Irish citizen.
I don't even live in Ireland, so it's kind of B-Tech as frick.
You what? Sorry?
Really B-Tech as frick, to be honest.
What's B-Tech?
It's B-Tech Irishman, honestly.
Well, that's
you got Irish. Huh? Got a citizenship, you don't even live in Ireland. Goddamn. Well, the Chad Ireland. Chad Republic.
That's what we're hoping to change. Who? No Vietnamese guy. In fact, speaking of Gary, I would have actually liked to seen Gary in this because I think Gary, I think I've seen him racing the Formula 2 cars before, and he's pretty handy in them.
Yeah, I've only seen Gary race the F1 cars, and he's not too bad in that. Very
Yeah,
fast.
Gary's brilliant. He's got a lot of pace in him. Oh yes, he mentions that yes, the Ring of Kerry. My father keeps on going on about, oh, you have to go down to see the Ring of Kerry, and Killarney National Park. He went there whenever he was after he got married. He went to Rome for his honeymoon, and then he went to County Kerry. So Gary hasn't touched Formula 2, so I must have been mistaken. But the sentiment still applies, Gary. You are quite a force to be reckoned with in the Formula 1 cars. On his day, when he gets it, when he hooks it up, he's quite a remarkably fast driver. But on back to the action here, we have got a little bit of action now. We have filled in until these guys have caught up each other, and now Toto is marching in an absolute assault on the rear end of this Pascandino's car. And this is going to be looking like pretty straightforward, although as I've said repeatedly, DRS and slipstream is not that powerful in Formula 2. However, I think it was Molo, who is Joel, racing currently. I think he told me the last time out it's because they run, or maybe it was Gary actually told me, they have such a low rear wing. So, probably explain that. Oh, Mr. Guys, let you know, because you've revealed that you're from Kerry, that'll be Kitty sneezing. Bless you, Kitty.
Good soon. Thank you.
Kitty's just going to constantly annoy you and talk to you constantly. I need to see if I can understand you. You see, the reason she says that, Gary, because in case you aren't familiar just yet, Kitty is French. And we went, was it 5 years ago, to get Eddie, our little dog. We went to Waterford in Dungarvan, Yochel. Waterford. And we went to this hotel, and I mean, if you heard me yesterday, my accents, I'm pretty good with accents, but Jesus, I could not understand the people in Waterford. Well, I can't even. Someone take the bags. Take your bags. You can't go to the room just yet. You're getting ready. Sorry, what? Someone take your bags. You can't go to the room. What he was saying is, do you want me to take your bags because you can't go to your room yet because your room's not ready? Come and take your bags. You can't go to your room. Your room's not ready yet. And do you know what it was like? It was like Father Ted whenever he's talking about the attractions. You ever seen Father Ted? There's the magic road and the field. Well, he handed us this leaflet, and there was 2 attractions. It was some holy stone and some holy cave, and that was it. Excellent. But I am not a townie. I'm a country person, so the rural countryside of County Kerry suits me just fine. Anyway, enough about my life, which is uninteresting, and people don't want to hear about that. We want to see a bit of action.
We really do.
And it's kind of lacking, Mr. Toto, or Mr. Toto. Oh, so awful getting old. Mr. Milosh.
Shaking and crying.
I have just insulted you, Milosh.
Honestly. You've lowered like my brain cell count by like 16 at least. Honestly.
This is the problem with... This is my major gripe with Formula 2. I enjoy doing it, commentating on it. And everyone I've done it with, Triton, I've done it with Bance, I've done it with you, done it with Popo. And, I enjoy whenever I do it with people. It's just the racing does get a little bit stale. I don't know is there anything we can do to shake it up for next season? But, I mean, look at these gaps. I mean, 2 seconds from Luigi. And Light Cruiser's not really doing much to damage that. Costa, we've seen a great battle at the start. 2.3 seconds. He's not gaining that much. Icewind, of course, 5.5 seconds. Then Smeltino, 5, almost 6. Then Toto, almost 6. I mean, none of these guys are going to be racing each other anytime soon. So it's basically just following cars do hot laps, effectively.
Yeah, it really is. And
really gets a bit difficult to really call what we're watching. Yes. Kitty's saying in the chat is Eddie is farting non-stop and she's about to die. I can confirm that I am literally trying to be as professional as possible. and try and work my way through these farts. But let me tell you, Eddie's farts can strip wallpaper. It is
You're right.
toxic as F. What were you gonna say, Milosh?
So Holocaust 2 Electric Boogaloo. Anyway, I was gonna say, moving to Kerry, honestly, might as well put us farther away from each other now thinking about it. Realistically.
Moving what? Sorry.
But if you were to move to Kerry, that'd probably make the distance between myself and Yeez probably bigger, to be honest.
Oh, from Sligo to County Antrim.
County Antrim.
Say some parts of County Antrim they go, are you loosed? I think I might have told you that before. Are you loosed?
Loosed by.
I'm a what? Are you loosed? Anyone who doesn't understand that, that means, are you lost? You know what I found funny recently, Milosh?
Aye.
So, I generally don't think I have that thick an accent, okay?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yourself and Pixel have a more, what I would consider, thicker, Irish accent. And whenever we were in the voice chat recently there, VC, when we had all the boys on it, and Speedy had his dad on, Colin.
Oh, yeah.
And you and Pixel were talking away, and nobody thought anything of it. And then I spoke, and he instantly called me a Paddy. And I was thinking, what is it about my voice that makes it more recognisable that I'm from the island of Ireland, when you and Pixel sound more Irish? What's that all about?
But I suppose I've got that little bit of Polish accent in me, which is kind of might have thrown Mr. Colin up, I suppose. Pixel, I don't know. Pixel is a big, very much Irish boy.
Yes.
I'm fairly sure Pixel is a funny ginger man as well, just like yourself.
Can I just inform people I am not ginger, okay?
You're strawberry blonde, it's okay.
There we go. This is a myth that has been portrayed for the past, 6 seasons, and I have to keep fighting against it all the time. Not that I have anything wrong with that. It's just I would be more reddish than I would be brown, but it's more brown, more auburn.
As you wish, Mr. Bob.
African sunset, Kitty says. Kitty saying that we're only 2.5 hours drive from you.
From like Belfast to like Schlegach. Yeah, I suppose. Schlegach, County Schliggy. Liggy actually even. So I got whipped the other day for saying Schliggy instead of Liggy.
Schliggy?
Yeah, Liggy actually.
Oh, Schliggy.
County Liggy.
County Schliggy.
Yeah. Because you don't pronounce the S if there's a H. And I got also whipped for that when I was reading a funny poem in Irish, but...
County
That's up.
Schliggy.
Liggy.
The one I've always remember is Dunal.
Dunal.
Dunal, because...
What about Bolia Cleot?
What?
Bolia Cleot. Dublin.
Dublin, I was going to say that. Dublin, yeah.
Or Dublin, as it used to be known back in the day.
Milosh has left the session.
I have. My game has crashed.
He's just done the big, I'm about to head out.
Honestly. Okay.
Yeah, so I studied Irish when I was younger, but like anything, when you don't use it every day, you lose it, so I've lost it. The only thing I can remember was the Hail Mary. And whenever I was over in France with Kitty's Frenchy parents and her family, and they were saying to me, can you speak Irish? And I didn't want to say no, because how ridiculous would that be, an Irishman that can't speak Irish? So I said, I can surely, yes. And then, can you speak some Irish for me, please? And so I just said the Hail Mary. Should have heard word on the grass and turned it lad. And I mean, I could literally have been saying blah, 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 and it wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever.
You could. I mean, probably. I mean, yeah. I see. People ask you to like speak in Irish, and like, I could just literally say anything I feel like. Might as well be gibberish.
Yeah. Because
Like they ain't gonna know. Like, I could literally, yeah. They are gonna go. Oh no, that's not Irish. That's not.
Yeah.
Nah,
oh, that didn't make any sense.
nah, that's not Irish. You're just chatting a lot of poo poo.
Yeah. People just take it as a given.
I know.
What is that? Pogue my hoe? That's an insult, isn't that? Pogue my hoe.
I suppose.
Or crab suez poke. What is it? Crab suez poke my hoe. Probably be murdering that. It's a bit like that thing whenever you say to someone, if you point up to the sky and you could say, there's I don't know, for every star in the sky, for every grain in the sand on Earth, there's a million stars or something like that there. And everyone just says, what is it? No, how does it work again? People believe you. Either you go, okay, right, okay. But then if you tell someone, don't sit on that, it's wet, or don't touch that, it's wet, they have to go over and check.
Honestly, you gotta check
Okay.
it's wet.
I want to advise that we're actually on the last lap of this incredibly intense race. All right.
Yes.
Indeed.
But that,
Absolutely incredible is what this is.
is
I'm
it?
telling you.
Are you on the edge of your seat, Vance?
Yes.
I mean, I can't contain myself. I haven't even blinked once yet.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Although, I will say this: Light Cruiser is within DRS zone. Failed to use required compounds in conjunction with What's that? Yes, he got disqualified.
You did. Oh,
I've never seen that before. Did you see that?
Mr. Jesse, he started on the What the? So apparently, Mr. Jesse has done no laps since lap 1. He has only done a lap on lap 13. So
Well, he must.
yes.
So he didn't come in for the pit.
Well,
It's
I'm
well
pretty
because
sure.
the game tells you when you need to pit for the
Yeah.
compound change, but if
Well-
you're not willing to comment.
I don't know what happened there, but before we get on to anything else, Bansis, let me just say Luigi is crossing the line to get the pole and P1 on the feature race. Light Cruiser closed up right on the back of him there nicely, so a good recovery from Light Cruiser, and he gets the P2 off Costa. Costa gets P3. Icewind will get P4, although he does have penalties, but I think he doesn't have quite enough to lose it to Smeltino. Yeah, and then Toto crosses the line in P6. Nice recovery from him. There was an incident, I think, between him and Tarantula. Tarantula finishes in P12. Bascantino will be coming around in P7. And Chief will get that last position, the last point. And Chief starts P1. He will start P1 the next race. Bance, are you still there?
I am.
Yeah, Slazzy's just informing you that you are breaking the rules.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
Slazzy just trolling more than anything. I think.
However, Mr. Bob, I do believe that in the feature race it is the top, whilst in the sprint race it's the top 8.
What he saying, Ted?
I do believe that the top 10 people in the sprint, the feature race get points.
Oh.
While in the sprint race it's 8.
Ah.
Therefore, meaning that Mrs. Elementrix gets the final point and her first point, I believe.
That is her first point, yeah.
Very
Epic, give it
epic
up for the first
game.
point. Epic.
She's improving.
That's what I call proper gaming.
And Chief, like I said, he gets the P8, so reverse grid first 8 gets flipped around anyway, for anyone who isn't familiar by now. And Chief will be starting in P1. That's going to be really funny watching that, you know, because Chief is going to absolutely bottle it.
Hey, hey. Mr. OceanChief is going to do some incredible defending and win the next race.
Oh, by defending, do you mean like Thimo defending or like?
Well, he's not
proper
going to be
defending?
fuck out with enough space, I don't think, and call it racecraft.
I suppose.
Ahi. So there we go. Luigi gets the P1 pole and P1 in the race. Skip ahead of that. Let's see who got penalties and let's see who got what. Fastest lap once again, as pretty much always, is Light Cruiser. Although he had 6 seconds, look at that. 6 seconds time penalties. Luigi didn't have any. 3 seconds, 9 seconds, 3, 3, 3, 3. Wimpy and Elementrix also didn't get any penalties. That's
What a bunch of incredible gamers.
That's a fantastic performance by them. Yeah. It's just their overall pace let them down. Otherwise, if they were able to keep up with the mid pack, they would have jumped big time there. Moving on, can we get this next section going, please? Right down, yeah.
At least we get the epic F1 team tune playing in the background. Very epic.
Don't hear it?
Oh, I do.
That's not how that goes, dog. Dun, dun, dun.
Dum, dum, dum. The real one, of course, is the Chain by Fleetwood Mac. That's the real Formula One.
I think our one is better. To be
Yeah, I
honest,
think so.
What do you think? The new one's better?
our one is better. The one we
Well,
just
which
made,
new
like
one?
Oh, our version, yes.
Wait, which new one?
100%.
Well, the current one, the current Formula One theme tune.
Yeah, the one by Tyler something.
Yeah.
Do you not like it?
Oh,
Tyler won.
it's pretty epic, but I still prefer. I'm just an old school. I prefer the Chain.
I'm gonna have to listen to it. I'm not entirely sure which one you mean.
It's at the very end. Fleetwood Mac, the Chain. It's in the middle of the end. Bascantino gets the P1 off Chief. Chief gets it back again. Bascantino sends it up the inside, but Chief hangs on. Chief is still in P1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a crash at the back. I think I might have been wimpy, but we're going to stick on board with Chief here. Toto and Bascantino are going side by side. They want this P1 off Chief. Toto sending it up the inside of Chief. And Chief is holding his line. Oh, we got a car at the back. That's Chancellor. Lost it. Oh, and Chief!
Gone as well.
And Toto! Game over for them. I don't know what happened there. I was looking at the background. Toto, I don't know what's happening to the man. I mean, he's got the pace and all, but he just gets caught up with so many incidents as Wimpy is gone. We've lost
I
Wimps.
mean, I'm not.
I don't know,
I'm not
Chipans,
sure.
if there's any way you can watch that back again, see what happened, because I was looking further back on the screen.
I mean, it's hard to see, but the way I see it, OceanChief moves over. No, Toto moves over on OceanChief when OceanChief's front wing is there to take a better line through the corner. So I guess he thought that OceanChief was a bit further back than he was, and on turning over, he hit OceanChief on his front wing, and they both went
That's
off.
Costa spun out as well.
We've lost Costa as well then. We've got a real battle here in front of Luigi. I don't want to run too many onboards here, but because I don't want to get it the big copyright, but Light Cruiser is on the back of Bascantino, Icewind on the back of Light Cruiser, and Luigi on the back of Icewind. So we have got, 5 cars running in parallel with each other here, or in line for this P1. Light Cruiser's going for it. Light Cruiser's going for it. And he gets it on Bascantino. A little bit of contact between Icewind and Bascantino. And what happened there? Is Luigi? Luigi's still in it, so they've all managed to hold on. Icewind does lose out that position to Smeltino. These camera angles are not the best. Luigi tries to send it up the inside of Smeltino. It doesn't work. You've got a yellow in sector 1. Who's that? That's Icewind. So Icewind's must have picked up a bit of damage. Oh! Yes, he's running really wide. This is more like it. This is more like it.
Indeed.
Did somebody get somebody else joining the voice chat there? I thought I heard.
It is just us three.
Oh, is it? I thought I heard someone else.
Mr. Bands, have you looked the lab?
I looked the lap.
Yeah. I suppose.
Luigi, Smeltino, and Bascantino they're all going for the fighting for this P2 spot. Luigi's kind of getting boxed in here, or blocked by these 2 cars running side by side, but he's moving left and right, trying to find if he can get a place past Bascantino here. I think he may have to just wait until he gets DRS, but the problem is Bascantino's going to have DRS on Smeltino as well. So he may have to send it. Toto mustn't have caught any damage from that incident, because he's right on the back of Luigi as well. Toto's joining this party.
Yeah, look on his front wing. Doesn't look like he has as much damage, if any at all. Oh, he's not out of it yet, but he touches Luigi and touches Bascodino, and Bascodino was off track because of it.
Yeah, so it looked like Toto hit Luigi. Luigi then hit Bascandino, as you say. And look at, you can see Toto running really, really wide there. He's really struggling for that front end grip. As Luigi's trying to stand up the inside, and he contact. He almost gets sideways. Oh, and he hits him again! Oh. Luigi hits Bascandino. It was a big crash, and Toto gets collected again, and Toto will most certainly rage quit, and he does. Toto gets collected again. That was a little bit of a bump from Luigi by Bascandino, and then they cut each other again. I don't know whether that was a desync or what for the second time around. But Toto gets collected for the second time. Sorry, for the third time in this Russia race. So he will be furious.
I would say it was a real ahi moment.
That was a ahi moment indeed.
We got the virtual safety car deployed.
Yes. They're all going to fall around at a neutralized pace. And stay tuned, everyone, as well, for the interviews, because... Oh, who was that? Jesse has lost it. Jesse just completely spun on the virtual safety car.
Not like these guys, not like this.
So we're getting Toto gone, and then his friend Jesse is also losing it. But the only difference is Jesse's able to finish a race.
Ahi.
Ahi. I was actually doing a joke about that, but I think I'll better leave that for another day.
I suppose.
About finishing a race.
Back to green flag racing.
The green flag has been deployed, indeed, and we are back to the racing. Now, Smeltino running very wide. Bound to get himself a penalty there, or a warning on Smeltino, or Light Cruiser, his TM. And Luigi's going to find this really difficult catching these guys, because I had a feeling he may have some damage. Although looking at the wing, all looks intact, all seems very well. We did see in the Tier 2 race that Luigi is very, very good in the twisty sections. Of course, that was that fantastic battle between himself and Onion Barge. Two very fair racers, two very clean racers as well, and mature as well. So if there was any fault to be blamed, if Luigi thinks at all if it was his fault there, I'm sure he will be the first to own up to it. But that'll be done after the race. We have Joel as on the, as we say, gearbox of Mr. Jesse. See how he's going to get this one done, yeah. Well, gets the move done nicely, although he runs, oh no he doesn't. I was just thought, looked like he was going to run a little bit deep there, but back up front, Martino is within half a second of P1, and lurking in the background there, 2.6 seconds is it's usually the yellow tag beside his name makes me think it's a Renault, but then he's driving an orange car, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
It's just the tag is not being very nice. Honestly. I mean, Icewind is driving a mainly red or white car even, and he has an orange tag. Honestly, and Smeltino and Light Cruiser are like more of a reddish color, honestly, as well. You know, I'm just very angry because Formula 2 tags are just not very good.
Yeah.
Just left shaking my head.
Slashy saying, there's a lot of wind out there. That'll probably be Eddie.
I suppose.
Another dad joke, a horrible, terrible joke. But hey, what can I do? Anywho, oh, we got a little battle here going on. Chief, Bascandino, and Elementrix. Elementrix sending one up the inside of Bascandino, but she overcooks it, runs too wide, and then Bascandino says thank you very much, and in doing so, she's going to lose the position out to Chief as well. He gets really heavily on the brake, but Chief then runs a little bit too wide as well. So, oh, yellows in sector 2 and 3. Can see anybody?
I think that is Costa with his wing now being crab raped.
Oh, you're right there. Yeah, the front right wing completely gone. Yep, Wimps and Specker. Yeah, I got our Wimps there on the screen between Basco, Chief, and Elementrix. I'm on it, man. Don't worry. I'm just looking at these at the deltas, as we can see Chief now on the back of Bascandino. Chief's got some pace here. He did, of course, start P1, so he's got pace.
Think he's.
Apologies, Wimp. I got a little bit too late, yeah. But Chief now having a little look at Basco. He's going to get him here in the DRS, I assume. Any incidents between Basco and Chief and Elementrix, she is lurking behind, ready to capitalise on any potential mistakes from the guys up front. As Chief's going for it, Basco's defending the inside line, moves across, gives plenty of room for Chief. Both of them roll around the outside, around the corner. Oh, Chief, nice! I was going to swear there, it was a nice move. That was
Yeah,
a
it was
frickin',
very well done,
yeah.
Chief.
Well done, Chief. That was a lovely overtake. The best one I've seen so far today.
Definitely better than Thimo's.
Oh, definitely showing Thimo. The old man Chief showing the young man how to do it.
Honestly.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stay tuned for the interviews because I have a special little thumbnail, kind of a little thing. Anyone who's familiar with the 2SRL Discord may have seen it already.
Oh, I hope it is what it is. I hope.
What do you think it's for?
Ahi.
It's a meme I made and I posted it.
Oh, ahi.
Well, that seems to be pretty much the battles done and dusted for the moment, although I'm just keeping a wee eye here on Joel, who's closing in on Jesse. Jesse, of course, is the other young Dutch driver who is able to finish a race. Question is, did Toto suffer today because he dropped the Rainbow Road? Or was he just in the wrong moment at the wrong time? Which is quite possible because definitely the more recent incident there between everyone, that was just Toto basically getting caught up in an incident. It's just unfortunate. I have to say I have been through that myself. You just usually end up being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I think Mr. Triton is also experiencing that recently, just getting caught up in the wrong moments. These things happen, yeah. He confirms that he did drop the line. And you know what? Toto, you dropped the line, man, and you did actually a really good job. I think you done a very good, solid job, all things considered, of course. As if he's listening, he's probably not listening, but, well, he gets the compliment anyway. So not much happening here once again as we get into the latter stages of the Formula 2 races. I don't know, I'm a bit lost for words now really. It's not often you hear me say that, but
Well, I'm just really debating what kind of crisp flavor I want to take after this race.
oh, epic. Well, do you know what? I mean, now you say that. Kitty, me and Kitty are going to watch some TV after this, after we get done with the Formula 2, and she has went and bought, as we call, a load of junk from Tesco's. Of course, other supermarkets are available. And she's went and got, what was it, pickled onion monster munch. What else did you get, Kitty? Look at that, she's so rude. Hang on, I'm gonna have to give her a chara shake. Hang on.
Shake, right.
What other flavors did you get? A bit louder, please, so the people can hear you. Prawn cocktail.
Epic.
Worcester sauce. Epic!
Epic.
Pickled onion and monster munch. Oh. Spicy thingamajiggers. Spicy thingamajigs. I don't know what they're called.
Hell yeah.
And also orange flavoured matchmakers.
Actually, that sounds epic.
I'm telling you, so we're gonna... Oh, and a bit some Haribo. And Twixes.
Go, man.
Kids and grown-ups love it so happy. No, I can't have it. No advertising. That's free advertising and I'm not getting paid for it. Stop it, Tipsy.
And lacquer.
That's the question. When are we gonna get paid for this?
Oh, good question.
Mr. Wimpy,
I was promised €300 salary, and I'm getting zero at the moment. I'm shaking.
I've been doing like almost 2 seasons completely free of charge, and I have got 0 pay. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to join a union or something here.
Yeah.
Mr. Wimps, where are these PayPal's?
Yeah. We need to set up a trade union for commentators of F1 game.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to send the bailiffs down to Chief's house and start lifting all his gear, all his guitars and stuff.
I reckon.
Auction them off and split the difference between you and me.
Mr. Bob, I've got a big brain idea, right?
Huh?
So what we do is we set up a trade union, right?
Hmm.
And then we charge like really high rates to join it, and as you know, we just make our money that way, and we don't actually do anything. We just charge money off, pretend we're actually doing something. Honestly, it's a great idea.
That's
trust me.
A light bulb moment from Milosh.
It is. It really is.
When he's saying he's a starving Nigerian prince. Oh.
Top 3 are fairly close.
Yes.
Separated by 1 second from P1 to P3.
So that would be P3 to people who speak English.
Great.
So Luigi might actually have mount here a last minute assault on this podium place. He's got the pace and he's got a few laps to do it. So we may actually be spoiled here, people, and we're actually going to have some action at the latter stages of these Formula 2 races. Epic! I just realized it says WTF on the side of Luigi's car.
Oh yeah, that is the WTF1 logo.
Does that actually mean what I think it means?
Possibly. You do know the YouTube channel, right? Or
I think I do have seen that, yeah.
yeah. So Jack Aitken does indeed have the logo on his car, because I believe he's mates with the boy running the channel. So it's pretty epic.
I think I know the boy you mean. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're watching, when are you going to get us on your stream? Because, like, as you can see, we are expert commentators.
Indeed.
But Luigi is now really setting up Smeltino here for this P2 and potentially P1. Smeltino does defend very hard, but he's saved potentially here by his teammate giving him the DRS. Although Luigi have a little look there, see if he can unnerve Smeltino. Not this time. Oh, Luigi getting a little bit sideways, a bit too eager on the power there. Maybe suffering from rear end grip. But we have a battle here now for pretty much P1. All 3 podium places are up for grabs. And there's only 1.5 laps to go. Did he say in the chat, I'll take the doggos. What doggos?
Top 3.
Top 3. I asked Kitty what she meant. She's going to type it instead of actually speaking it. Oh, Chief's doggos? Oh, yes. Chief's dogs.
No, you aren't.
Chief's dogs are epic. Moomin is just such a delight. What are you saying there, Ted? There's a delay between what? Oh, that's right. That's the sound of a wife giving up.
Women under issues, SMH.
Yeah. So this battling this pressure from Luigi is putting pressure on Smeltino to try and get the move done on Light Cruiser, because Smeltino is realizing that, you know what, he could lose out big time here, and Luigi is really desperate. We're gonna run on board here. We're not gonna have any messing about. We're not gonna have any trolling. We're gonna have no sidetracking. We're gonna focus on this final lap on this race. Light Cruiser is everything depends on Light Cruiser getting away cleanly here. Luigi's trying to stand up the inside, making it clear Luigi's going for the P2 spot, and he's got the inside line. Is he going to get late? He breaks a little bit later. Smeltino might have to give it up. Smeltino does give it up. He doesn't give it up. Smeltino's coming back at him. He's got the long way around. Luigi, of course, has got the inside line, but this may help. Smeltino on the racing line. Does he send it? No, he doesn't. That gives Luigi a little bit of breathing space to mount this is going to be a mega assault if he can get this done. I mean, if he gets this done, I mean, this one of the best drives we'll have seen in Formula 2. I'm not sure of the penalty situation between these guys. I don't know, Milos, if you can check that. You don't have to if you don't want to, I'm just saying. But we'll maybe see between Light Cruiser and Luigi, is there any penalties? I don't remember seeing any. I need to calm down because I'm speaking so much I'm getting lightheaded. But here we go. This is the moment Light Cruiser needs, and Luigi needs, sorry. DRS flipped open. This is the only chance he's going to do it. So if Luigi's going to get this race win, he's going to have to send it. And I think he's too far back. He is too far back. But can he do something on these last couple of twisty corners? We have seen some overtakes here done before. Smeltino run a little bit wide. Pretty much given up the P2 race. But this is a close run to the finish. Only 2 more corners to go. Is Luigi going to send it? I don't think he is. He's going to have a look around to see if Smeltino, or sorry, his Light Cruiser loses it, and he's got it done. There's no way he's going to get past now. And Luigi has to settle for P2. Fantastic performance by Light Cruiser. Oh, and Luigi does have penalties, so Smeltino gets the P2 due to penalties.
So Mr. Luigi had 2 penalties, and Mr. Smeltino and Light Cruiser had 1 each.
So the penalties coming into play for our podium there. And there you go, people. There is our top 3. What a fantastic battle between those guys. Luigi and Light Cruiser were for a great battle. And then, of course, Costa and Light Cruiser as well. Some epic battle between those two. So it's good to see these boys really taking it to Light Cruiser. Because, I mean, you've seen anyone who was watching at the start, kind of saw, how much,
epic.
Light Cruisers kind of run away with this. But if this is what we're in for the next season, I don't think Light Cruiser's going to have it all his way. And then, of course, if Toto can get together and start, sticking in these performances, solid performances from start to finish, then, I mean, he's got the pace to win as well. The Formula 2 could be really heating up, guys, with the likes of Costa and Luigi. Maltino, of course, he's always there. He's got the pace. But the current championship leader and eventual championship winner, Light Cruiser, able to do enough to get the P1 in the feature race.
Now, I do believe that Mr. Light Cruiser will now be crowned the world champion.
Oh, is that right?
As I believe there's two more rounds left after this, or maybe even one, which I'm pretty sure means that he will need a points gap of about around 90 points. I think he'll need to have it in the bag, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's got it, to be honest.
And I'm pretty sure that he has secured the championship in Sochi.
Yeah, so we will await further confirmation. But yeah, I think Milos is correct. I mean, I can put the standings on screen right now. That is the standings before Russia race. Just quit out of that game. There we go. Yeah, so before the Russia race, Light Cruiser had 328 points with a 174 point gap. Of course, they have changed a little bit because of the current results, although I think that gap will maintain. Well, maybe come a little bit lower because of Smeltino's P2, but regardless, with 2 more races to go, I don't see him able to. He's not going to lose that. So, up comes the interview screen and my other screen. Boom! There we go. Even when he's not here, he still gets trolled.
Fake.
That's that's one of my own, people. That's one of my own. That is one of my first memes I have ever made. But hang on a minute. Kitsune is on chat asking for an interview from Gary, and Gary wasn't even racing.
That's a bit of a thinking emoji.
That's a bit of an SMH tinky emoji, indeed. I actually said tinky. Did you hear that? I'm getting into the lingo. Let's see who is in the Gentleman's Lounge, and there is a few drivers. Elementrix, Joel, Luigi, and Gloomy. Whom would you like, Milos? Will we get I think we'll get Luigi. Do you know what? I'm gonna get Luigi in. we've brought Luigi in, and I want to get Chief in too, because Chief,
Good pacer.
yeah, good pace, Chief, indeed.
Indeed.
I was talking to someone else there, not me.
Oh, were you? It's glad you told me. I wouldn't have figured that one out. Yeah, I do.
Well, you didn't get a chance to show my pace because someone took me out in that sprint race. Did you catch that?
Well,
I did, yeah.
think we did.
It was the
Toto in the first lap. Just I don't know what happened. I think it was because I was on his racing line, his precious racing line, and he was like, he just shoved me out of the way.
well. Apparently, he actually had the racing line off, Mr. Chief. So you will retract that
Who?
statement, Toto.
No way. You told me you didn't.
Oh, so he
Oh,
did.
He's an
there-
addict.
There
I'm
is some
sorry, Toto.
lies here. There is
So-
some
Sorry,
lies.
Well, then I don't know.
Shake.
Then
Back right.
I don't know. So Toto has some answering to do, but
Well, maybe he just did that for practice and he turned it off for the race. I don't know, man. But if he did, then well, good for him. He's really
Yeah.
fast even without. So
that's what I was saying. But yes, Chief, we did get that incident in the sprint race on the stream.
Like from my point of view, it looked like he just, I don't know, he just moved into me and I had nowhere to go. I don't know what
I mean,
way it looked to you guys.
Well, oh, yawn, unprofessional. I can't help it. Sorry, I'm getting old. Can't help it. What do you call it? I did have it on the stream, but I was kind of watching in the background. So, although I had it on the screen, I didn't see it. But it is there to be watched back, and you can, make your mind up from that. Although I think it's better if we can get some POVs before any decisive decisions are made. But I brought Luigi and Chief in because one, Luigi has to come in because he just was phenomenal in Formula 2 today. But also I brought you in, Chief, as well, because you do comment quite a few times that you love listening to Luigi's interviews. So
Yeah, I'm a bit of a Luigi interview fanboy.
yeah, I'm a bit of a Luigi fan as well, to be honest. But
yeah, you're making me blush.
yeah. So I thought it'd be a good idea to bring yourself in, Chief, so that you can get you can hear the emotion, live. In
Yeah,
fact,
no pressure, Luigi, no pressure.
In fact, you can even ask a question if you want, Chief, because I've said countless times I can't ask questions.
I already asked him, and that's what I was asking him in the other chat.
Yeah, he interviewed me in the other chat.
Well,
in there first, yeah.
I think I'll just start off by saying, Luigi, congratulations on your phenomenal feature race and also your sprint race. You recovered very well.
Yeah.
Did at any moment did you look like you were struggling?
I was struggling behind that pink car, the Arden.
Pascadino, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I had really like tough times adjusting his braking, because he brakes a lot more early than me. So I hit him like twice or maybe even 3 times. I don't know. Obviously not on purpose, but yeah, it's really hard to adjust. It's not the same braking, and on F2, it's really hard to stop the car. So
Yeah.
yeah, but apart from that, I mean, I didn't really push in the sprint race. I mean, I did want to catch the guy in second. I didn't. I think Robin. I think like Cruiser maybe got some damage because he was pretty slow at the end. So I pushed for it, but yeah. I mean, I'm not disappointed with my result. I'm really happy.
You did a great job, man. Especially cutting through the field in the the sprint race to get the P2 on track, but of course the penalties played a factor in it. But I want to get. I see Joel's asking to come in too. I think he may be time limited, so I want to get him in as well because he wants an interview. So Joel, as promised, I brought you in, man.
Okay. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
I think there might be a little bit of a delay, Joel, but how did that race go for you?
The feature race was not good.
Mm-hmm.
I finished though. I was happy. But sprint race, I got 6th. I was really happy with that. And fighting with Jesse a little bit. So I'm really pleased with myself for that.
Yeah, I got some of that action on stream, Joel, so you can watch it back. Especially near the end of the sprint race where you were actually fighting Jesse. And I think I mentioned that you've got actually quite a good recovery. think there may have been an incident somewhere in the race. You dropped back, or maybe somebody else I'm thinking of. But
Mhm.
I think that's your first, if I'm correct, your first Formula 2 race.
First ever race in
Yeah.
SLR.
That's what I thought. So I thought that all things considered, Formula 2 is good fun, and it can be a little bit easier, but also a little bit more difficult as well, depending on your preference. So I think all things considered, Joel, you did a great job.
Thank you.
I mean, my man's gonna get reserve, right, Chief?
My
Don't-
PayPal,
no,
I will
no
send
peer
it to you.
pressure, Merit. Really.
No, Joel, yeah, did well, yeah, because I mean, Joel was pestering me all week. He was like, "Please give me a chance on F2, please, 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 please," and I was like, "Oh, okay, do the practice first." He did the first practice we did. Joel, I think he had a spin out and then
Mhm.
DNF, and then the second race it wasn't too bad, and then he was like, "Come on, give me a chance," and I went, "All right, you're in." I don't know how you did in the first race. I thought you actually did you not spin out the first race, or was there not an issue in the first race?
Yeah, I did. Coming out of the last turn, I think. Yeah, so I spun there.
Yeah, but the second race, I was behind you for a
Yeah.
large part of it, and I could not catch you. Like I was trying hard, and I saw you had 6 second penalties, and you were like 14 seconds ahead, and I thought
Mhm.
maybe you'll pick up another 3 seconds, and maybe if
Yeah.
I get the gap down, by 3 seconds, there's a chance I could, grab that position. But you're definitely setting like you're either matching my pace or just slightly better each lap. So fair play to you, man. That was a good showing from you.
Thank you.
Can I say something for Joel?
Go ahead,
Because I
Merit.
know him. So
Go on.
right. So if you guys don't know, Joel is my engineer
Okay.
Epic.
in Formula One, and so we practice a lot together, trying to get the strategies and everything. And he races with me in practice. And what I can say is that he is not slow at all. In fact, sometimes I have troubles getting away from him in the early laps. So he's not slow at all. It's just, you know, he really like drops under the pressure and he stresses a lot. He stresses a lot. He's afraid of making mistakes. He really wants to get that reserve, and yeah, it's a big deal for him, you know. But I can tell you, when all that stress goes away, he's a really fast driver, and he improves really fast too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he showed that today. Like the sprint race, he was like I'm not the fastest guy, but I mean he was like I was trying to hammer the laps in to try and catch him, and I wasn't slow. Let's put it that way. And he did all right. Yeah, he was doing good. I was surprised that I couldn't catch him. I was thinking it's Joel up ahead. I'm gonna get him. He's gonna crash or
Mhm.
he'll mess up
Yeah, he's
somewhere.
cutting
But
all the corners.
The underdog.
Trying to stay ahead.
Underdog.
well, fair play to you, Joel, man. You showed up and you did a good race. I was a bit concerned about putting you in the race, and you've done well. So fair play to you, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, I would second that as well, Joel. I mean, you did show that you do have pace in that Formula 2 car.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think with that kind of performance, Chief, he should be signed up for a reserve, potentially even a full-time driver.
Ooh. Oh.
But
Oh,
I'm not trying to say I have any
Anyway,
influence,
yeah.
but I'm just
it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah. Uh, Putin just PM me there. He's also saying give him reserve status or else. So I guess
Maybe a car bomb on your car the next morning.
There's some Chechnyan guy outside looking rather.
Rather sketchy next to your car.
well,
Yeah. We speak after, Joel. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll move you guys back out if you just want to chat again about that, and I'm gonna get the lady off the division.
Yeah.
But thanks, Luigi.
Big shout out to Roxy for that. 2 points. That's amazing. That's the first points by a female ever in SLR.
Probably hands emoji.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Getting better every race, Elementrix.
Hi.
Hello. How does that feel, Elementrix, getting your first points on the board?
What's that song from Aretha Franklin?
Um,
You know where they go, sisters are
doing it for themselves. What's that song? Hang on a minute, I'll ask Kenny. Kenny! What's that song by Aretha Franklin when she says sisters are doing it for themselves?
Oh, I
What's that song by
I'm
Aretha
sorry.
Franklin? No, that R-A-S-P-C-T. What are you talking about, woman? Sisters are doing it for themselves.
He's almost as good a singer as Wimpy.
Honestly.
Let me
That
tell
was
you,
bad.
I am actually a good singer. I'm just that's a little bit high for me. You see. Well, yes, I know the song, but anyway, the question was, Elementrix, how did you feel? How does it feel getting points on the table?
It feels good. It feels real good. I must admit, I had a bit of a a ping pong in the first turn, so we'll see what happens with that. But I had a good race. I had fun,
It's
and I lo-
you've had a few races so far now, Elementrix. I was just wondering how. Oh, I keep cutting off. Don't know why I keep cutting off. You've had a few races so far in the Formula 2 car. I was just wondering, how are you feeling now in the car? Are you more comfortable, or do you find yourself getting faster?
I am getting more comfortable as the weeks go by. I mean, I practice every night. I think I still have a lot to learn. I think I am a little over eager, I will admit.
Yeah.
I'm taking chances, which I think I've got to learn just to back off a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm enjoying it, and just day by day, week by week, I think I'm getting better.
Well, I would say there's nothing wrong with taking chances, because like you say, that is how you improve, because you can't really understand the limits of the car until you push until you push the limits. So I mean, I think that's the right way to go about it. Just send it, so push the car to the limits, and you'll get better at it. You'll get more feel for the car, and I mean, you're pretty much neck and neck with Wimps. So, and I mean,
Yeah,
soon you'll be beating
we
Chief.
we had a bit of a touchy feely on the one corner, so I'm gonna have to go back and
Oh.
see what happened there between me and Wimps. I might be in the dog box. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But yeah, there was a three wide battle between yourself, Chief, and Bascandino, which I think I thought I caught it, but Wimps was telling me off in the chat that I didn't get it. I was too late. So apologies to that, but I did get the end of it, and it looked like it was quite a scrap between you three, Chief and Elementrix.
Is Chief
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, I'm here. I think Bascadino had wing damage because in the first race he definitely had the better of me, but the second one I was able to easily kind of build a gap once I passed him, So I think he was carrying a bit of significant wing damage probably, but hey, I'll take it.
Well, also joining us, I've dragged in, and I don't know if he's ready for us, but is Icewind. Are you there, man?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
he's here. Excellent. Mate, I was watching at the very start of the race how you were able to keep up with the top three,
Yeah.
but I don't know whether you had maybe an issue with your setup or your front wing, but it seemed to be you seemed to be struggling with either turn in or just maybe overshooting the corners. I was just wondering what happened to you.
Yeah, I basically had no practice at all, so it was a bit. Those were pretty much the first laps I was doing in there. But yeah, I think I got better over the race distance because I kept overshooting especially the hard braking zones where you're going 300 kph plus and then braking down. So that was really difficult for me. But yeah, props to the guys who run in front of me. I couldn't keep up with you guys today, so yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, for having very little practice, you still did a good conduct of yourself, man. So, I mean, if you had a bit of practice, then you would have done probably much better.
Yeah, maybe I would have been able to hang on with the top three guys, but I mean, I have done some practice in F1 on this track, so that track is at least pretty well in my mind at the moment.
Familiar with yourself, yeah.
Yeah, that was quite fun anyway. I think at the second race I would have had a better chance at hanging on with the top guys, but then I half spun after the long left-hander. I have to look at what the hell I did there because I just completely snapped my rear around and was sideways there and lost about 7 seconds or something. But yeah.
Well, I want to put something.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
One more thing. I just want to take the opportunity to congratulate Elementrix for well-earned 2 points. If there's something in the FIA later on, we'll worry about that later. But great job.
Thank you.
Elementrix, you have officially promoted yourself to become a gamer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to put something across the Chief here because before we kicked off today on the stream, Gloomy kind of sent me kind of like a tongue-in-cheek message, kind of a joke message on Steam. Well, I think he was joking, and I said to him, "Do you know what?"
Was not.
Well, he wasn't, so there we go. I was saying to him, "Do you know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea." Mr. Icewind has suggested that for the next race, well, I told him the next Formula 2 race, I should try and race in Formula 2 and commentate at the same time.
Wow.
It'll be epic.
That would be something else.
And I was thinking about maybe giving that a go. I don't know how that would work because normally when I race...
Well, it's going to be Suzuka, so the track is great.
Well, it's a great track. And I mean, I don't know whether... See, I don't know whether I can stream and race at the same time.
And talk. Yeah, I mean, talk and race. Yeah, okay, that might be a bit difficult.
But what I could maybe do is if I took a step down for Formula 2 next week, let someone else stream and let someone else commentate. And I could, I don't know, I could record or maybe live stream, probably record my race in Formula 2, but I will also commentate on it as well. And then we could maybe upload that to the EGL for people to watch. If anyone wants to watch it, that would be,
That could be cool, yeah. Yeah, we can talk about it after. That could be interesting. That'll be the first kind of POV stream.
I mean,
Hang on, Kitty's just is chipping in here.
Did Kitty just say she wants to do the commentary? Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Kitty, was that you saying there you wanted to do the commentating?
We?
Yes?
no.
We?
Oh, she's saying yes. I think is that yes in French?
No. I said,
Nope.
why don't you just join the Discord with whoever is streaming, so you can drive and talk?
Hey, that's actually a good idea. The big brain moment from Mrs. Kitsune. It goes to show you that French do have some intelligence after all.
Oh,
That's
Did you not get
actu-
punched recently by Kitty?
she actually elbowed me in the nose. My nose was busted. The blood was pissing everywhere.
I feel another
Um,
one's coming.
She's a violent woman, But what do you call it, Chief? That's actually a good idea. What she suggested. All seriously, like if someone like Milosh or someone was streaming, and I could join Discord on their stream and then do the commentating. The only thing is that I wouldn't be able to call what they're saying. That would be the only problem.
Yeah, we can work something out, I'm sure.
We'll try and work something out, yeah. But it's a good idea, it really is.
Yeah, we could try and mix it up a bit. F2 is a bit of a fun series, so kind of have an experiment with it, And
the only problem is if I'm into my racing, and I'm talking, I might say a bad word, and I pride myself on not saying any of those bad words, like the word, So, I don't know. That could be.
It's okay. There's no rain in the F2.
Oh, is there not? So I'll be all right then.
I don't think there is. Or we've been incredibly lucky so far.
I'm getting tagged now. What is this? As dead as TipsyBob's soul, Toto says. All right, I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna have to talk to him afterwards.
Speak after.
Yeah, we're gonna have to speak after. But that's just an idea anyway. Of maybe trying the commentating as well as stream or something. We'll work something out anyway for the next stream. But I think that's pretty much everything really to cover. We've had our interviews. Elementrix has got our points. We've got everyone on who wanted to commentate, or sorry, to get interviewed. So I think we'll just maybe wrap it up. Just the only thing left to say is tomorrow is the Tier 1 boys, where it's the more professional, the better commentators, let's say, of Terror. I won't say Thimo. And of Terror, and the Tier 1 race tomorrow is in Russia as well. Yes, all right, yeah. So they'll be racing in Russia. Tier 1 tomorrow will be Thimo and Terror. And then immediately after that, we're going to have Wimpy and Icewind streaming and live commentating on the Assetto Corsa race, Road to America, which I have no practice in. And then on Sunday, it's whenever all the commentators and all the streamers get together and we have a go in Russia on the 2SRL race, where I'm going to try and start asserting my dominance once again on Thimo. So, I don't know why is that funny?
I thought you'd
No,
retired,
I think it's a good battle between you guys.
Well,
It's almost as iconic as Thimo and Wimpy trademark.
Can I just say that,
Almost.
normally I comfortably beat Thimo. If you actually look at the archive, he's only ever finished once ahead of me in the archive in the final season. That was the first season, whenever there was a number of questionable drivers who kept killing me. But every single season since, I have beat him. So he can talk as much as he wants about how, I haven't beat him since Canada. That's actually more an insult on him that I haven't finished ahead of Thimo since Canada, and I'm still ahead of him in the championship. So, you know what I mean?
It's on like Donkey Kong.
That's on like Donkey Kong, but that will all get changed to on Sunday when I'm going to crush him. I am going to crush him in Russia.
Well, here, my great rivalry is gone down the pan. It was with Stinger Pig, or Stinger, whatever.
Stingray,
Yeah.
Steve Irwin himself.
Steve Irwin.
So, but
R.I.P.
With that being said, I am gonna say au revoir, merci beaucoup à tous. Tune in tomorrow for the Assetto Corsa and Tier 1. That's us. Peace out.